United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Meeting's called to order. All are present. Item number 4.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from August 26th with the correction that's already in the minutes of adopt proclamation 2015-05. The meeting had 04.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, signed by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve the minutes of the August 26th meeting. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve item number 5 is listed on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, signed by Commissioner Warren to approve item 5 on the agenda, to ratify or approve the following electronic transfers and general expenses. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve item number 7 is listed on the agenda.
How about we do 6 first?
Thought we did.
No,
Oh, we
that-
didn't? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I'll make a motion to approve item number 6 is listed on the agenda.
Very good. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 6 on the agenda, to ratify or approve the seminar requests and/or payments for so. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Motion to approve item number 7 is listed on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 7 on the agenda, accept with regret the resignation of Joe Naylor from the GIS department. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve item number 8 is listed on the agenda.
Ratify. I don't even think we hired him yet, right? That's what we're doing now.
He started already.
September 9th. What's today?
What's today?
9.
9th. So I don't think we're, right?
Right.
We don't want to ratify it. We're going to hire him.
He started at
Let's
8.
now wait, open
He
full-time
started
now.
at 8, so it'd be ratified.
Huh?
He started this morning before the meeting started, so.
You did?
Yes, so it would be ratified.
We'll ratify it for an hour. Okay, and he's gonna work for 60 days because Joe's leaving. We got this right? Okay, if I approve the transfer of Jana full-time.
Is that a minimum 40 hours or is that 40 hours?
Minimum 40.
I think we got it right? The way we wanna do it, second.
And motion by Commissioner Warren, signed by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 8 on the agenda, to ratify the hiring of James Kane of Montrose to the GIS, the temporary position at $35,000 a year for 40 hours per week minimum, and then transferring on September 26th to the full-time position. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve item number 9 is listed on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 9 on the agenda, to acknowledge the hiring of Brittany Hartman of Montrose to the open union full-time position as second deputy of clerk of courts, for the recommendation of Susan Edelston for Thonotary. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Motion to approve item number 10 is listed on your agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 10 on the agenda, to approve the hiring of Tara Kennedy of New Milford to the open non-union full-time position of Human Resources Clerk at $11 per hour, effective September 14th, per the recommendation of Richard Healy, Director of Human Services. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye. I thought, are we hiring her full-time now, or was it temporary until it's full-time now and no?
No, it's full-time now.
Okay. Motion to approve item number 11 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve the hiring of Lisa Kovaleski of Great Bend to the open non-union full-time position of Director of Information Technology, a salary of $50,000 a year, minimum 40 hours per week, effective September 17th, 2015, for the recommendation of R.S. Stout. Questions or comments?
What is information technology,
It's the IT department that runs all our computer systems and our servers and everything else, all the technology in the building. All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve item number 12 is listed on the agenda.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 12 on the agenda. Exonerate Tax Claim Bureau from collecting delinquent taxes on the property so listed per the recommendation of Kathy Bennett, Tax Claim Director. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve item number 13 is listed on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 13 on the agenda. Authorize the Commissioners to sign the purchase of service agreement between Susquehanna County Services for Children and Youth and Adelphia Village Incorporated in Williamsport for a term of July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016. Questions or comments? That does have, and basically what they are is a foster care placement agency that helps us place kids in foster homes. All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve item number 14 is listed on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 14 on the agenda to appoint Alice Deutsch to the Endless Mountain Visitors Bureau Committee for a term of October 15, 2015 through October 14, 2018. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve item 15 is on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 15 on the agenda to adopt resolution 2015-15, adopting the section 504 plan for the county development block grant. Questions or comments? What
Can
is
you give
it?
some details on what this
Yep.
is?
Bobby, you want to explain that?
Yeah, as part of the federal requirements to get this federal CDBG money, it's
What is
basically
CB?
Community Development
Okay.
Block Grant. It's just stating that you have a policy in place to make sure nobody's discriminated from getting these programs based on handicap, that you'll make accommodations if they are handicapped to allow them to have access to the programs.
And this money comes from where?
The Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Okay. Can we get a copy of that
Aye.
resolution?
Yes.
Thank you.
So carried. Item 16.
Make a motion to approve item number 16 is listed on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 16 on the agenda to adopt the resolution 2015-16 for the residential anti-displacement and relocation assistance plan. Questions or comments?
Some details.
This one also pertains to the Community Development Block Grant. It basically just says that if you were to demolish any homes that are occupied, that you would replace them and relocate the people. And we never get into anything that's occupied.
So if you live along a road or a route that is going to be appropriated by a large gas company for pipelines, are you qualified to get a grant for that or to be replaced?
No, this would only be if you were funding that activity with the block grant money. If you were saying demolishing a home that was condemned, but there was someone occupying it, and you were paying for the demolition with the block grant, then you.
What if, here's what I don't get. If you have a home that is condemned, okay, regardless of the income of the people, if they have been told, you must do this, you must do that, you must bring it up to code, you can't have pigs in your kitchen, and eventually it goes through the court system, and eventually they go, hey, we can't have this in our county. The taxpayer is going to pay for a new home for these people?
If it was occupied, but to
We
date, the
haven't had an
county's never
occupied
gotten
home.
into that.
Most of these homes that they're taking down, or all these homes they're taking down, are blighted homes that have just been sitting vacant for years and years
What's
and
the need
years.
for this?
Just has to be on the books as part of the
Yeah.
application process.
In order to get the money, we have to say that if we do that, then we would.
Well, so where does the money sit? It sits in, like in a separate little account waiting for something to happen?
No, there is no specific money set for that to replace that. It just says that if we do that, then we would have to take the funding from the CBG grant and use that to do that. But they don't use that money for that. Everything they use it for is for construction and upgrades.
Wait a minute. the money that would go for residential anti-displacement and relocation, if necessary, could be allocated, or there is money allocated that can then be transferred to something else? Is that what you just said?
The county gets a block grant each year, and that is an eligible activity that you could do with that funding, but we have never done that. But you still have to have that policy on the books. So if you were to do that, you're stating that you would replace that.
So you get a large
funding.
chunk of money, and should you destroy somebody's house that shouldn't be destroyed, then you can use that part of that block grant.
Right, there's several things that you can use the block grant money for, and what they elect to use it for is to upgrade facilities, to make them livable, do repairs that people need, to tear down blighted houses in locations that should be destroyed, but they don't do anything as far as taking a house from somebody that's occupied and doing something with that.
This money that's coming from housing urban development, could that money be used to build housing for displaced refugees coming from northern Africa?
I don't believe so, because anything that you do with your housing has to be for a PA resident, am I not
Yes.
correct?
If it's federal money, could the mandate come down? The mandate could come down to the county, you're taking federal money, you shall house and clothe and feed these people?
Well, the federal government can pass any regulation they want at any time. Just because they pass a regulation doesn't mean we're gonna comply.
Well,
At that
they've been
point,
filling up Minnesota pretty well.
I understand. At that point, my responsibility is time to give the money back.
How does that happen?
Write the check, there you go. The money's coming back.
You don't apply. There's an application process to get
Right.
this money, so you just wouldn't apply for the funds.
Okay, glad the camera's on.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve item number 17 is listed on your agenda.
How'd you go from doing the even numbers to the odd numbers? Second.
Throw you off your game?
Motion
Huh?
Does that throw
by,
you off your game?
Oh, geez, you did the even numbers.
motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 17 on the agenda to adopt resolution 2015-17, resolution for the County of Susquehanna County Minority Business Enterprise Plan and Statement of Goals. And again, you want to explain that?
Yeah, another requirement of the block grant, just that you're going to make any bids known to minority businesses so they have an opportunity to bid.
All in favor?
Aye.
10-18.
Democrats been doing the even ones, now she's throwing us off. Motion to approve item number 18 is on the agenda.
I'll second
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 18 to adopt resolution 2015-18, a resolution authorizing the commissioners to borrow $125,000 for the purpose of paying for the new columns and capitals on the front of the courthouse. Questions or comments? Yes.
Didn't we already allocate money for,
Not for the columns, we did for the canopy project, we did for the
phones?
phone system and the wiring.
Tell her we're playing the shell game.
Right, so what it is we have a funded debt account where at some point in time in the history of the county, we had a funded debt tax on the tax bill, so this money would go into the funded debt account. We had money that is in that account that we can't get out of that account unless we borrow money to get it out of the account. So the money does nobody any good because it's sitting in an account that can't be used. So we borrow the money, we borrow it for like 1% or less.
Which you've done before, but that's usually
Right.
outlined on the motion
Right.
that you are going to be taking out the low-interest loan.
Right.
And it's going to be the short-term low-interest loan, and it's going to be
Right.
paid back. This does not.
Right, and so this is the same thing, it's gonna get paid back in like a week's time, just to get the paperwork process done. And then that'll relieve almost all the money that's left in the funded debt. There's still about 15,000 that's left in that we'll have to work on getting out. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve item number 19 is listed on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to adopt resolution 2015-19, a resolution for the creation of the Susquehanna County Suicide Awareness Initiative. Questions or comments? Go ahead, Bruce.
What does this do?
I will let Mary Ann, because this is something she's heading up, handle that one.
Suicide Awareness Initiative is going to be a group of people, professionals, doctors, Advocacy Alliance. They're going to figure out how to educate the public regarding suicide awareness. They're going to get the facts, the figures, the coroner's going to sit on it, the sheriff. And since there have been 2 teenage suicides this year in Susquehanna County and many in past years, it's an awareness group.
I think I got that.
And they will report back in 6 months as to what their findings are and how to continue to educate the public. And they're gonna go into the schools.
Are they doing this out of their interest in the high suicide rate, or not high? What's going on? Is there money involved? Are they volunteers?
These will be volunteers. There will be a facilitator. She's coming from the Scranton area to keep everything on track. She has done this before, and she will be paid out of the joinder, which Susquehanna, Lackawanna County has with behavioral health.
Okay, thank you.
And Marsh
Didn't
Group?
didn't we have something, a task force set up 2 or 3 years ago?
No, about 3 years ago, we did try to kick something off. We had a meeting at the Bible conference, and the lack of participation from outside agencies and outside people, it kind of went by the wayside. So this initiative is to try to revitalize it and get it moving again. Any other questions?
Yeah, one more thing on that. Are they gonna be working in conjunction with the junior high, with the high schools?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. All right, public comment. Yes.
Why is there no minutes of the election board meeting attached?
That'll be to on the election board when they meet, not at the commissioners meeting. So they should have the minutes at the election board meeting that follows. I did have an answer for you on the 5 lines. I stopped and met with PennDOT this morning. The roads that were subbed out and done by outside contractors, those contractors are due back to take and paint not only the 5 lines, but redo the yellow lines too. They were just temporary lines until they got back to repaint them all. So they're supposed to be back before the end of the month to do that. They also have their own trucks out now doing the other roads in the county, painting the 5 lines on them, trying to get them up too. So that's what's going on with the 5 lines.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, Arnold.
Well, this is Mary Ann is involved in. Will that help her, like, my mother was taking her daughter to the hospital and her daughter died before she got her there from dope?
He's saying that if a mother is taking a child to the hospital and the child died before they got there
That just happened.
because the child was on dope or whatever, will this help with that? Your suicide prevention?
Well, I would hope so. I would hope that they would be more educated and have knowledge as to what's going on and where to go and who to call instead of just driving someone.
Well, there's about 4 young people have been involved in this just recently.
Last week or 2.
Yeah,
But they're not really categorized as suicides. They're accidental death. In other words, when the kids shoot that stuff, they're not doing it with the intention of dying.
oh no.
They don't know that's the end result.
But the young people are talking about it.
There's a lot of them out.
Yeah, but I say a lot of the young people are talking about it now.
Yeah. Motion to adjourn?
Any other questions,
Yeah,
Bruce?
I'd like to make a comment. And the comment is that our elected Republican representative in Congress has not had an open town hall meeting, everyone's invited, in at least 2 years, and I'm pretty sure, it might even be 3. And we know this because we've checked all the websites, made all the phone calls. While he has met with specific groups, never had a meeting that's been open to the public.
When was the last time he was in the county?
Your guess is as good as mine.
He came in for the Hoffman fair.
You sure?
Yes.
Yeah, he was supposed to be scheduled, I guess, for Saturday, and he showed up Tuesday or something like that. I don't know what the deal
It's a
was.
good way to avoid everybody. Say I'm gonna be there Saturday, show up on another day.
Well, both he and
Probably nobody knew who he was when he was walking around.
Well, it depends on who took him around.
both he and Mr. Barletta have been very successful at avoiding the public.
And nobody does anything about it.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, they're still in office.
Now,
Now.
Been hearing that song for years. They're still there.
Yes.
Have there been any, like expanded guidelines, policies, clarifications on the courthouse facility use policy that you guys adopted earlier this summer?
Which one? We've amended
Well, the
it
only-
two or
The,
three
the
times,
one
right?
that was, no outside groups can use the courthouse.
Well, the only outside groups that do use the courthouse are those that are associated with EMA or 911. So those groups have always used it and still use it. Yes, Arm.
What is the fire police, they can use that.
They use it, they're part of the EMA and 911.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
You running against Marino, Edna? I heard that rumor on the street.